scenario. The scenario. The scenario. The scenario. The scenario.
Ahoy hoy. Welcome back to Here's the Scenario, a hypothetical-based podcast that has become much, much more. I am one of your hosts, Mike Cannon. With me, as always,
Brendan Sagalow,
and
as well as
Mike Feeney.
All right, slow start already. Feeling good. Feeney was checking text. It looks like an emergency over there. A
lot
sad
going on.
emergency.
Is there a lot going on? You all right?
No.
Oh,
Well,
Nicole, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, good. Any emergencies in your neck of the woods?
No emergencies here.
Okay. Are you okay? Should we
You all
stop
right?
the show?
No, I feel like we tripped right out of the gate, and I'm worried we won't catch our footing. Now, this is going to be the part where you come in saying warts and all.
warts and all,
Yeah.
dude. Warts and all.
You go on his thing and be like, hell yeah, dude.
Do we do this a lot?
Damn, dude. Are we becoming characteristics of ourselves?
Characteristics of ourselves. God damn it, Brendan.
Now, that is also, I mean, again.
Oh, my God. We got to start jumping the shark. We
Quick,
got to do
spell
something.
characteristic, you know?
Dude, we are. I almost said that. I literally almost challenged.
And
you
I
to
wouldn't
spell.
have known how to spell it.
Oh my God, we are becoming
Characteristics of
Tropes? Yeah.
tropes.
Yeah.
We have our own trope.
I think that's
Yeah.
a good sign.
That's not
To
bad.
be honest.
Nicole's pissed.
Nicole is. Pissed.
Nicole's
I mean,
always
she's been,
pissed.
She's been pissed since Nam. Let's get that out of the way.
I actually do enjoy, I know we're joking, warts and all that stuff, but I do enjoy, like, whatever the vibe of the episode is going to
Yeah.
be. Slow. It feels slow. It feels calm.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
rolling waves a little bit.
Yeah.
I felt that we had much more positivity off mic. Now I feel like we're in a bit of a cold zone, but that could also just be me overanalyzing things.
I think it is that because I don't feel cold zone. I feel
Cold Stone
You almost
Creamer.
said, yeah, he almost just said Cold Stone out of just sheer desire. I've never been this far into cold and
Yeah.
a second word without saying Cold Stone.
When I think of this podcast, I think I like it, love it, gotta have it, you know?
I'm feeling very Ben and Jerry's right now.
Okay, Randy.
Randy.
Yeah.
I
Fun
tell you
stuff.
that I was at a party once and I introduced myself to some guy and I was like, "Hi, I'm Brendan," and he went, "Randy," and I was like, "Yeah." I was
Just
like,
went with it?
I was into it. Yeah, I was like,
He said he changed your
he
name
went
to
Randy. He loved that my name was Randy. He heard Randy
Okay.
and he showed how much he loved it.
That's the funniest statement I've ever
And
heard,
I
and
just-
you meant it with all of your heart, was
Yeah.
he loved that my name was Randy.
He did.
I
He
was like,
loved
that wasn't your name.
I know, but I said Brendan. He heard Randy
Sure.
and went Randy, and I was like,
He couldn't even
Yeah.
break his heart with the real truth.
couldn't even break his heart. Had to go up to all my friends. I'm Randy tonight. If anybody asks, I'm Randy tonight, and kind of took on the persona of Randy.
Yeah,
How was that different from Brendan?
He was way cooler, dude. It was like when Urkel goes into that machine and he becomes fucking Steven or whatever his name is.
Stefan.
Stefan.
Urkel. Come on, man.
I saw
Don't
you.
trounce on my child
I
with
saw-
that laziness.
I saw your eyes light up, and you did the
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson give it like
Yeah.
this while he was setting up the reference
into it.
because Mike's like, "Here it is, '90s wheelhouse time,"
Yeah.
and then you said, "Or
And when he becomes Steven or
It's-
whatever,
it's
the
not-
cooler
it's not
version.
that-
of
It's not that you
Steve is.
mispronounce it. Is that I saw his heart break when his heart broke when you said Steven, but the or whatever changed that sadness to anger.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like me calling the Whopper a Wapner, and with like sincere. Look at his.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's disrespecting his god.
Dude, we have a
Sure.
fucking
You know what I
viral
mean?
podcast moment where you say that and I go,
Has one of us walked out on the show yet? No, I did on Irish Goodbye,
Mm-hmm.
but that was the great TikTok fight of 2020.
Yeah.
Is that still out or available?
Should be.
Okay.
If nowhere else, maybe on YouTube.
Oh, folks, let me tell you right now, if you've ever wanted to hear Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, my old conspiracy podcast, download it now because it will not be up there in the near future.
I can't believe it's still up.
I can't believe either. It's definitely just continuously charging Donnie's card at Stand Up New York, and he just has not realized it.
Yeah, that's why.
Once podcast ends, nobody pays the hosting, and then it just disappears from iTunes and everywhere.
It goes away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I think
one stays
Snarky's
up
like that,
just to
right, Nicole?
destroy my
Snarky's
life.
gone.
No, I'm still very much paying for Snarky.
Are you?
oh, jeez.
Get it out of there.
Nicole has stock in Snarky.
Yeah.
She does.
Wow. How about that?
God damn, that was a great podcast.
You guys are looking at your finances at the end of the year, and you're, what is all this money to a snarky? No, you don't get it. It's gonna,
It's the germ of something bigger.
Yeah.
Snarky is the precursor to welcome to.
I'd like to think of that as Nicole's coming out party, as like on air, gay on air talent, because she was very much dragged against her will into becoming a part of the show. And I would go so far as to say that her shining on Snarky is what made people say they want to hear more of her on this podcast.
I'm interested to hear that vibe because I also take complete credit for Nicole's character development.
Interesting.
On this show. Yeah, that's cool. I like this actually. I'm no longer upset about this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just think it's great that our realities can coexist and nobody gets hurt.
Except me, because I didn't want this.
Nicole, who developed you?
Where do you think that you developed her
Throughout, just feeding her oats this whole time.
just asking if she's mad for 400 straight days.
That's right.
You installed her buttons, as they would say.
Nope.
They've said that before.
Who has? And what does
Fuck
it mean?
off?
What does that mean?
Succession.
It's a pretty good impression, right?
What of what?
Brian Cox in Succession. I assume if it wasn't that, then just
no,
say
it's
it was
Kendall.
that.
No, it's Logan Roy. Fuck off!
Yeah, Brian Cox.
Oh, fuck off! Will you quit buzzing in my ear?
That's not bad.
That's actually pretty. I mean, that's
it
probably.
gets very Brendan at the end.
I think.
Will you quit buzzing in my ear?
No,
That
you're
was
making him
worse.
too fat now.
Yeah.
There is like a dog thing about him though. Like
He's got jowls.
he's got jowls. Yeah.
Oh, fuck off!
Oh, fuck off!
That
Oh, man.
was
That was good.
unbelievable.
was
Way
good.
better than you.
Don't do that.
I
Don't
will.
do that.
And you're
Fuck off.
good.
Welcome to
That
the
was
show. Now you're getting further away from it.
I'm
But
trying to get away
Brenda's-
from the tropes.
you showed Feeney the way,
Fuck
and
off.
now your powers are diminishing because he rogued them out of you.
Okay. That's okay with that because I've seen movies like that, Space Jam, and it always ends up with this guy getting his powers back.
Yeah?
Yeah, fuck off.
That's right. Sean Bradley was dunking at the end of
Dad?
Space Jam.
Fuck off.
Isn't that so funny? Poor fucking Sean Bradley. Do you know what happened to that guy?
No.
It's brutal, dude.
Show me a
I
picture
think
of
he's
Sean Bradley.
paralyzed. Like he's 7 foot
from
6.
fear?
No, from life, like legs. He may have fallen off a
Poor guy.
horse or something, or got hit by
Christopher
something really brutal. But he was 7 foot 6, second tallest ever in the NBA, behind George Mirasan, who happened to be playing at the exact same time. But he was way more skilled. George Mirasan was like almost. Poor Sean Bradley.
Oh, that woman is so tiny too.
She's really tiny.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, he looks
This
like
guy's
somebody
looks just like me.
It looks like somebody poured his body in from the top.
Can I say something?
He does look like an hour.
Can I say something I don't care for about this picture?
Is it the fact that you're
gonna say-
made to just see somebody vulnerable?
His wife?
No. What I truly,
Allie Breen.
she looks a lot like her.
That's a
Uh,
comedian.
So what I really hate is, and it happens to be particularly in homes with, disabled people or whatever the word is,
Okay.
handicapped people,
Differently abled.
differently abled
Yeah.
people.
Roller guys.
Is the positive affirmations around the home, be the
Right.
change,
I love
love
us.
us. I mean,
Sure.
I hate that.
You don't think that's just for this picture?
I hate that no, because they
It
own
could
those
be.
things. I think they might have turned it out for the picture, but
Okay.
I hate it in a normal home.
Sure.
But especially, it feels condescending to have to be like, I gotta make sure
Right.
my wheelchair-bound husband stays in a positive mindset. And if he's in a bad mindset, the fact that they think the be the change you want to see thing is going to be like, you know what? I'm good. That is so.
I honestly.
I would love to be cynical with you, but I'm who those work on.
Yeah, me too. I was
I-
literally just saying.
I
Like,
love a cliche pump-up speech.
Yeah.
I love any kind of whatever saying from the 50s
Around the
that like
house
still
and
kind
like
of applies.
in a
Yeah.
script, in a loose
No, of course
script.
not. But if I was rolling around every day considering putting a cold barrel in my mouth, then yeah, a script like "I love you," just remember that would
Yeah.
probably
Not even you,
keep the
us.
Beretta out of my mouth.
I love us.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that would really work for me. I don't know about be the change.
That's no different. That's
But
at the same
but
level to me
I-
as live, laugh, love.
yeah.
Yeah,
in
I mean,
script.
if it's as cliche as that, it probably wouldn't
Both
work. But
Be
I'd
the change you want to see.
be the change is bad. But I do like I Love Us. That
It's
would
just weird
that
in
would
the
kind of help
kitchen.
me.
I would almost make
It's also like, do you though? Do you like scooping shit out of your husband's ass?
I think maybe like
They probably have it
nobody
under
likes
a
that.
nurse.
if that was in the bedroom or something, that's one thing. But to have it on, you know what I mean? It's in like
Nicole, cut out what I just said. I feel like that's inhuman.
sure. I
But
tried to
leave
talk
that
over
in.
it on your behalf. Yeah.
But it is a reality. I mean, God, what a nightmare that would
Nicole,
be.
Right.
where do you stand?
I would do it,
I'm gonna
but I'd
guess.
hire
Can we
help.
guess how Nicole is gonna react to this? Which side of the argument she's gonna fall on?
Sure.
I think she's going to be all in favor of the positive affirmations.
Yeah.
I think she's going to refuse to answer.
Here's what I
That would be bad podcasting. So she
It
wouldn't.
would
do
be
that.
bad
That'd be
podcasting.
crazy.
Would it be right?
Here's
think
what I
so,
find
though.
a problem with is why does the wife dictate the color palette throughout the entire home? All that yellow is just meant to set off her hair. That's the lemons, the bananas, and the flowers.
I think it's decorated quite beautifully. I will say I love the
I don't like
I love the
lemon
minimalist
centerpiece.
I love the minimalist effect
Wouldn't
with
mind
the
it.
pop of color.
All right, Nicole, what do you got?
I don't like them because I feel like it's kind of like if someone dies or if you lose your job and someone says to you, "Oh, everything happens for a reason,"
Yeah.
it like feels
Well,
like shit. So I
yeah.
think if you're this man looking at Be the Change every day, I would feel like shit.
But be
the change. Stand up, fatty.
I
You're like,
mean,
that's not why I can't
everything-
do this.
Everything happens for a reason would be so.
That's worse than what I said.
I'm saying that's what she thinks. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
No, it is.
It's not a. It's
She
not a.
told
It's
us.
not a weight.
Yeah, you
issue.
can do it. Stand up. Make a miracle
Yeah.
happen.
Please.
Be the change, pussy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what
More
I'm
of a
saying?
belligerent. I'm close. I really threw out that failed color palette thing. I thought people were going to get on board. Call it clowny or something. I lost the word.
Stop saying words.
Brendan?
I feel like I don't know if I was someone's wife and they were like, "Look at this color palette," blah blah blah. I'd be like, "You need a fucking hobby, dude."
Okay.
Not you. I mean, like I'm just saying, like
Here we go.
I guess that was a little
We're
insulting.
drifting
I
further
guess
and
that was
further
a little
apart,
insulting,
buddy.
but you
That
know what I
was
mean.
a
Further and
Take
further
yourself-
apart.
Right. I apologize, but take yourself
There's
out
not
of.
there's not a bigger Brendan Sagalow supporter than
I know.
yours truly.
I know.
And you knife me any chance you can get. Sure, my public persona.
Self-saboteur.
I push people away before they could push me away.
That's right. All right. Let's get to the questions because none of this is what the podcast is about. We are a hypothetical based podcast. We do what if scenarios, would you rathers, all submitted by you, the listeners. Preferential treatment goes to those who are signed up for our Patreon. $5, you get everything. That means over 300 hours of backlogged exclusive, never before seen or heard stuff, only on Patreon. Patreon.com/scenario pod. You also are the first ones that get your questions answered by us once we decide that that's the show again.
Yeah.
So let's get to it. Tanya, what would your call sign be? Can't pick one that already exists.
Call sign is like
Like Maverick or Goose or Turbulent. No, that's not it.
turbulence. Good.
That's bad. That's as bad as it gets, especially as a fucking flying thing.
Turbulent.
Turbulence?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
It sucks, dude. I thought of it. You don't have to defend it.
Yeah, but then I backed it up.
Isn't that
Now
funny?
I have
That's
to
how
back
deeply
myself up.
against each other we are, is that I turned on my own idea and then you defended the idea.
Deeply against each other.
That should be the name of the show.
Deeply against each other with these guys. Picture of us. Oh, we've done the call sign thing.
it's DJ though. Like
Oh.
what DJs yell out.
Did I not? did I not
Oh.
read that
What do you
part?
mean? Give me an example.
Like
Something on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, shit
Diplo.
like that.
No, it's not the DJ name. It's
Did-
it's like a little coin phrase.
What is it
thing.
called? Yeah.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase.
That's different than
I don't-
call sign, though.
No, there is a name for
Funk
it.
Master Flex line. Funk Master
Nicole, what
Flex
do you
like
mean?
that.
No, yeah, like fucking.
What is Nicole?
I'm trying to think of one.
What do you
Zombie
mean?
on the track.
Yeah, like muscle on a beat, ho.
Cannon.
Yeah.
Cannon.
Cannon.
Oh,
What
that's
is it,
why
Nicole?
She wrote Cannon.
I'm not
Hold on,
saying
do it
that
again, Nicole.
Oh, it was the best part of the show.
Mustang
so
on the
far.
beat, ho.
You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not ad libs, but it's like
DA got
Hold
that
on.
dope.
Let her say it unimpeded by any other sound.
nah, I'm all good.
See?
Damn. Brendan's need. Just need to be included.
I just needed to remember that.
All right, what would yours
DA
be?
got that dope. Mine would be a Brendan Ha. I don't know. I'm trying to just think of something that's like.
Was that a stream of consciousness thing where I just watched you trust your brain for the first time.
Yes.
And it fucking turned its back on you.
Yeah,
That noise was the personification of bridge out.
Well, my
Brett, that was classic. Just start making noise and your mouth will shape the word.
I want it to be
Trust
like that.
fall.
I want to like trust fall into our producer things.
Okay. So yours is Brendan.
No. Let me think about
Mine
it.
would
It
be
might be better.
Lord
To think. It might be better to think.
That's
about.
mine, I guess.
Brendan with the Brendan
with the burger.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
good.
don't know. Those are hard to come up with without sounding corny. They're
Yeah.
really tough.
Yeah, they are hard. But I mean, I think that's the idea, right? Don't we want to be a little
Sure.
funny?
Let's just thoughtly think for the next 30 to 40
Yeah.
seconds.
Nicole, what would yours be?
Perfect.
Nicole and the ones and twos. Sorry, I knew.
I saw Mike go to open his mouth and went, like he just ate it. You swallowed your anger.
I've been getting more professional as a host lately because I'm point guard. It's my job. It's my job to allow everybody their turn, and Brendan's turn takes up the majority of the show.
But that was you. That was you passing the basketball
Yeah.
to Nicole, and Brendan caught it in
That's
between.
right.
And you're like, I guess.
Yeah.
The same team.
And then
but
shooting it over the backboard. Yeah.
Nicole's open.
Brendan is Carlton in
Yeah.
Fresh Prince when everybody knows Will is about to hit the game winner, but Carlton intercepts it and then throws it over.
I'm like, I like catch foul balls in front of children.
Yeah, and then not give it to
When
them.
children are about to get like,
You just nanny poo poo right in front of their face. You shove them back down
yeah,
in their
nanny
seat.
nanny poo poo is a good.
That's my call
producer
sign.
Call sign.
Yeah. Nanny poo poo with the boo.
I love you just gave Brendan a little taste of Brendan
I'm
because
cool with that.
you go, oh, nanny poo poo is my call sign.
Yeah. I am cool with that, but I do understand the anger that comes from that.
Sucks, right?
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. This is a learning moment for me.
I don't think it is. I think I think you're seeing something. Whether or not you absorb it is another question.
I spy with
he'll
my little
absorb.
eye.
What?
I spy with my little eye. An aha moment.
All right, next question. I also have, and we've been teasing this for the better part of 6 years. I have, and we could close the episode with it if we want, but I have that email that I wrote to a certain
Mr. Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
Let's do that after plugs. You'll let us know when
we'll
you keep
do
in
that.
time.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Next question. Cerna style. HTS kidnapped wife, etc. Your wife has been
Okay.
kidnapped and is being held in a location 30 minutes away. You're driving to rescue her. It's a warm night and your windows are down. Do you listen to music on the
That's
drive
funny.
there?
Yeah, I would absolutely
way.
listen. No, dude, I would be listening to like hard metal music.
I
Like,
gotta save
absolutely.
my wife.
Yeah, just nothing but breakdowns driving the whole way. Yeah,
Yeah.
It kind of also depends on what the situation is, right? Because if you're going there to then negotiate, like Sam Jackson ransom shit or whatever, or what is that movie that he was in where he was the guy that talked? Who cares?
The
sharks.
The negotiator or something. Who cares? But when you try to talk somebody down from the thing, like if you're going to negotiate with somebody, you
Yeah.
almost want to get your thoughts out clean, and then you don't listen to anything, and you're focused on what you're going to say and your objective. But if you're going in there to
Guns blazing.
cause mayhem, then I'm getting a bag of Blocaine. I'm doing it relentlessly, and I'm turning on some form of the most aggressive eminence.
oh
there
yeah.
is.
Oh, 100% putting Coke around the rim of a monster.
Go to sleep?
can,
Yeah,
Just going, and then drinking a whole
and nailing the
Soldier?
coffin, I think.
You know something?
Soldier would be a fucking great
oh,
song.
dude, Soldier.
Never was a thug, just infatuated with
Dude,
guns.
I was telling Nicole and I, were we talking about this, Nicole? What songs that we've listened to, like post breakups or things that I think I mentioned this.
Yeah.
I was talking about like how embarrassingly sometimes I would like rap super hard to like Eminem's Superman when I
Yeah.
like just broke up with a toxic girl.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
leap tall hoes in a single bound. I'm single now. Like just
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
such a goof in my 98 Malibu.
I'd still do that. That's like,
Isn't it weird, dude? I think
still
comedy
love
has
doing that
ruined
shit.
my life in the sense that I can't do that anymore.
without feeling stupid.
Yeah, I can't fucking even sing. Like it's ruined just
Why?
because it just makes me feel like a fucking idiot. Like I'm just
Maybe it's saved you because it's given you self-awareness.
it's giving me too much
Sure.
self-awareness though to the point where I can't even feel
You got to
free.
be able to sing and feel free.
Well,
Yeah.
you are on camera at all times.
And I feel that way.
I know. We basically.
Truman Show.
Truman Show.
Yeah. I have told you guys that that level of childhood narcissism, right? Where I thought I was being recorded and I
Mhm.
was like, well, at least I can fast forward over this part and then today's going to be a good episode like that.
Yeah.
That type of
You're the
self-talk.
showrunner.
Yeah, I was. I was
What the
He just
fuck
has a
happened?
headphone
Yes, I
headset
li-
on the whole time. Go for three. Go for three.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would do the like
Camera
John,
two.
the John Krasinski thing, like
Yeah.
look into a.
Just like that.
All right, we're
Sorry.
Hey, man. Get in there with us.
so you're listening to music.
Uh-huh.
Well, I was already talking. You guys just took
True.
the us
Yeah,
and
but
then
we-
went
but then-
outside with the
But
ball.
let
It
us,
was my
let
fault,
us,
I
let
think.
us sidestep.
It was my fault. I
You
went
did.
because you said your thing. There was time, and then you started saying your thing, and then I went camera two.
This
And I had to address that.
this podcast is for insane people because not
Why?
only do we have our own interpersonal issues, but we break down what every word and what each of us meant
We do instant
by what
replays
we
on
just
everything.
said.
Yeah.
We're psychotic
We get
people.
this.
Right.
This is a podcast of getting bogged down
Yeah.
in the bog.
You're the bog
boys.
New
Bog.
title.
Welcome to the bog.
Oh shit! Is that a thing?
That's the fucking.
Well,
This is
shit.
here's the
the bog.
scenario. Welcome
Yeah.
back to the bog. 94.3
It's like
Bog
Cincinnati.
Studios.
It's like marketable. It's
Yeah.
Bog
everything.
Studios.
Come
dude.
down to the bog.
The only
Yeah.
bad name is ours.
What?
Every other one that we come up with is
We gotta
Hell yeah,
remember the
every
bog.
time I say it when they're like, "What's your podcast name?" and I'm like,
The
"Here's
bog.
scenario."
Yeah, here's the
I
like
hate
just say
and they're like,
HTTPS.
"What's the stupid stuff?" And I go, "The podcast."
I'm gonna say into the bog.
Into the bog
Yeah.
podcast.
Will they find that if I say that? Like
I
our
also
show?
like Sam saying Piranha Pit.
Piranha Pit was
Yeah,
real
but no one
good.
can
Piranha
spell
Pit.
that.
Into the bog and the Piranha Pit.
Welcome to the Piranha Pit at Bog Studios.
Oh, the
I'm your
the
boy.
bog, the bog, the
That is
it.
the fucking ticket.
the bog
That's it,
full
dude.
of piranhas.
Welcome to the Piranha Pit in the Bog Studio. I'm your host, John Bog.
That's not
John Bog Jovi.
John Bogham,
Bog
the
Jovi.
great drummer.
Bog Ivor. You know
What?
who that is? Bon Ivor.
Dude,
Bon
piranha.
Ivor. Who
Piranha
is
Pit.
it?
Is that
Bon Ivor?
available?
Bog Ivor.
Now let's break down what just happened.
The 8th time's the
Yeah, I
charm,
don't know,
dude.
Bog Iver, Bog
I wanted
Iver,
to-
Bog Iver, MacIver, Bog Iver.
Oh, fuck, dude. All right, next question. User account. I love that as a name. This guy has put absolutely no thought into it.
Yeah.
Watch it's
What?
the best question ever.
Yeah, right.
No, he or she or they have
Nice, man.
have
Good
like
for you.
truly like they have raised the level. They're very good at this. User account. What are the taglines for each of your autobiography? I.e., Mike Cannon. I let them live.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Should we make up ours or make up our each other's?
Well,
Well, I know.
unfortunately, I
mine
know how
already.
that's going to end for old Shaggy Balls over here.
Brendan Sagalow, a series of Chris Farley.
Yeah. Who am I? Brendan Sagalow. Who am
Sagalow,
I?
Jack Black-ish.
The art of the game, folks.
Brendan Sagalow,
are
never
cool.
full and always tired.
I love that. Always tired.
That's not bad.
That's on Post Malone's face. What?
That point of like, yeah. So funny, but like, I'm gonna start doing a bunch of jokes about that. Just
Were you raised by hyenas?
What's that from?
It's also Succession.
Oh.
I
haven't
like
watched
doing that
any of
guy's
this. I haven't
voice.
watched any of this season because I am
It's really good.
I know, and I got spoiled. But
Yeah.
it's my own
It's
fault.
not over yet, though.
No, I know, but I know one of the big thing
Yeah.
that has already
Yeah, of
happened.
course. It
And,
was unavoidable.
Yeah. It is what
It is what it is.
And then, but I just wanted to watch. I can't get into that world unless I don't watch a few in a row. Like, I just find myself back at the place where I'm just mad that this is also reality.
Right.
Like that there are people that are playing the human game at such a higher level than me that I get really fucking pissed.
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
I'll never have this generational wealth. I'll
Yeah.
never have that.
Well, and
it
it's
makes
just
me-
so it's
Yeah,
like
but
it's
it's
the
kinda-
manipulation of society.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy that like these
Oh,
people are
Dad?
more or less responsible for the information we're getting.
They're pulling
And
the
it's
strings,
so
baby.
fucking true on every level that it I don't know, it makes me feel very out of control and
Yeah.
pissed off.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
The Wire does too. It just shows you basically how, like, no matter how much good you try to do in the world, like the evil's gonna,
Right.
you know. What is that? There's that brand new line that says that my bright is too slight to hold back all my dark.
What? What was that from?
It was a lyric from a band Brand New. I was saying because they said
Is that answering a question?
no, but that could be mine if
It's making
things
more
go real
questions.
wrong. You know what I mean? My
My
bright is too slight to hold back all my dark.
Now, what does that mean?
What are you referencing right now?
He's referencing a
No,
break
what are we talking about? Like, why did you say that?
before that
Yes.
because we were just talking.
We're talking about like TV shows
Yeah.
and how they make us feel bad.
and people,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
and
go ahead.
saying why that, like, you know, if you're a bad person, you know, that kind of a thing, and just being like, how bad were you? It's like all the good deeds you did, all the bad deeds you did, the
Gotcha.
bad ones overshadow it.
I gotcha.
So, but I think the thing about Succession that's also interesting is that people aren't necessarily like, I don't see that and go, I mean, there's a little bit of that, obviously. We're like, fuck, I wish I could just take a private plane to anywhere.
right.
But all of them are stressed and all of them are
I know.
unhappy.
They're all
I don't
having
want
meetings.
that. I don't
So
want
you're
that
like,
life.
Every minute is a meeting.
I don't want that life. I
No.
want that life to cease to exist.
Yeah.
Like I
want to be
just-
Marcia. I want to be the one who just
I-
is just one of
So-
the ex-wives who has all of the, you know,
Yeah.
generational money from the alimony.
I'm not what anybody would call a rational thinker when it comes to society.
Right.
I have my own utopic ideas, and if it's never that, I'll never be okay. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And but easy things like that can make me feel pissed if I don't ingratiate myself into the fact
Interesting.
that it's a show.
Interesting.
So if I
yeah.
watch several in a row, then I'm kind of in the play. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm within
Yeah.
the context. I can sink myself into that world and then leave and be okay with it. But if I'm watching it one clip at a time and dipping in and dipping out, it's almost like watching, like I trick myself into thinking I watched the news or something,
Right.
or I watched
Sure.
like a documentary,
Right.
something that like
Dude,
pisses me off.
I watched.
That's so stupid.
I watched All Quiet on the West. No, there is a little bit of like you need to get into the character. That's why like I don't really like Baz Luhrmann as a director
sucks.
because I get into the world, The Great Gatsby. I get into Elvis. I get into that world. I start buying in, and then they playing Doja Cat or Jay-Z. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh wait, now
His
right.
movies
I'm
are
just-
like going to a carnival.
His movies
Yeah.
are long TikToks.
Yeah.
Like he has been
Over-stylized.
exposed since kids learned how to edit on TikTok.
But listen, there's people.
where it's like, dude, you are doing nothing but
Yeah.
speedy transitions and interesting little.
Yeah, there's people
Yeah.
who love it, but it just it
Stinks on
ain't my
ice.
bag.
It's just a style.
But
It's like
I saw All Quiet on the Western Front the other when I was in Florida, and that movie was amazing. Like it was
Really?
basically like
Is that him?
no, it's not him at all, which is why it was great. It's actually a German movie, so
Right.
it's the whole movie.
Oh.
It's basically the movie 1917, but if it was like in Germany. And what's fascinating about that
Oh my
movie,
God.
not only visually,
This is a
is-
remake, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
also a book.
Yeah.
But also, like, you know, not only is it a fantastic visual movie and like sound and like you kind of get that chest tightness of like
Right.
foxhole, like hand to hand standing
Whoa.
combat shit
my
and
God.
the mud all over them and just how quick you're like just bullets like killing people all around you as you're
watching that.
running. It's
Wow.
unbelievable. But it not only has that, this is the first time I've ever watched really kind of any war movie for the most part where it's not from like the American side of things. Sometimes you watch the British side of things too, but mostly it's the American side. So even in World War II movies and Saving Private Ryan's and all these things, when you're watching people get killed on the beach and all this needless death, and you're kind of watching that, you're going, of course, this is a tragedy, but we won, so it's kind of like a greater good situation. Now, when you
Right.
watch All Quiet on the Western Front, it's from the German side of World War I, where they're getting absolutely slaughtered just by the French and everything else. And so you're watching.
They got beat so bad they blame the Jews.
Yeah, they had to die, yeah. So
That is
like
more or less what actually happened.
so they just are losing
so funny.
so bad that it's now watching that you go, all these people are dying and they're dying for nothing. Like it's all a needless,
Yeah.
like especially because they were drafting this whole peace treaty to like stop the war or something, Treaty of Versailles and all that stuff. They were doing
Oh,
that
wow.
to end the war, and they were dragging their feet on it because some of the German colonels and stuff were so like prideful and being like, this is bullshit. We don't want to surrender. And then just sending waves of guys who are just getting mowed
Well, it
down.
was the first war with machine guns.
Oh,
Oh, it was just
Yeah,
and tanks, and so
Yeah.
it's just like, but it is so
Well, I
it's,
think-
it's so much sadder watching it from the losing side,
Yeah.
where these people think they're like, I'm dying for my country, and you're like, dude, it's
I want to watch a Vietnam movie from the Vietnamese side, and just like that seems like it would be
So
a
you
nice
just want
movie.
cameras in trees?
Yeah. Cameras in trees, watching white guys just fall through the crowd.
Again, fucking right through a pit with bamboo shards sticking up.
yeah, just sitting in
Yeah.
a tree, going, "This is pretty easy."
Yeah, you want a Vietnamese chick with a GoPro on her head with razor blades in her pussy, just getting some poor GI's dick all cut up inside of him.
I
yeah.
just felt that.
Is
Yeah,
that
me too.
real? Did that
Yeah.
really happen?
Yeah.
How did
Holy
they store it in
fuck.
them though without?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's what makes me.
I
feel
think
like
they
it-
had
In the
like
dark?
no, they had like what's it called? It was what is that rubber? They had like some sort
condom?
of rubber with
Silicone?
like silicone with fucking razor blades like in
Oh,
it, and they just go
jeez.
put it up and then mush.
What was the question by user?
about our tagline.
No.
Oh yeah, what
For
are
a
your
book.
taglines
Oh, for the book. Oh yeah.
for an autobiography? Did you think of one?
What did we say? Who am I?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Who am I?
Okay, next question. Brandon, if one of your parents needed a kidney, would you give them one of yours? I think I'd bogart mine in case my son needs one someday. Sorry, Tad.
Yeah, I think
I didn't even
I'd give
consider
a
that last
kidney.
part.
Yeah,
I'd
you
give
got
it
to.
to me.
You got to.
I mean,
How old are your
you owe
parents?
him that. You
How
know,
old are your parents?
Ugh.
60.
Brother.
Their 60s.
How long do they have to live?
I mean, let's
That's
say
the
they get
question.
another 25 years out of them. That'd be
Right.
great.
But there is also a chance that their body rejects your kidney.
Well, I think
If you're-
assuming you're compatible. You have
Let's
to
say
be-
no, but even if you're compatible, there are some times where bodies just like do not accept the kidney that is implanted in them.
oh, wow.
Just no longer functions. That's happened with hearts. That's happened with a bunch of shit. But like, do they? If your body rejects a kidney, like it does not work. Maybe it likely kills the organ. But I am curious if it like rejects it, as in like, get out of here, you can't come back. If you can then just take it and be like, yeah, I'll just take my kidney back.
Can you take the kidney back?
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, you're just doing a kidney transplant.
Based
so
on
no.
what?
just my
Just wishes.
women intuition. My female intuition.
Do you think? Would you guess you could?
Yeah, I think if it was a short enough time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it seems like I feel like you could do that easier than with a heart.
Yeah, I just feel like maybe if the rejection is not like we're just shutting the valves, it doesn't work. It may be like a octopus inking something. You know what I mean? Like the body just being like, get out of us, and poisoning it and trying to get it
Yeah.
to fall off or something.
Oh God, it's a very heavy conversation. You know.
It's just it's medical talk with three morons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like maybe.
Nicole, have you did you by chance Google any of that?
Yes, it can be transplanted twice,
Whoa.
Ooh.
but I don't know about like the
Back to the original.
Or even a situation,
Yeah.
let's say a guy gets a kidney transplant and then it's a
Interesting.
success. And then he gets discharged from the hospital and he drives home and gets into a car accident and dies and he's an organ donor.
Yeah.
By the way,
Harvest.
Are you part trans if you get a woman's kidney?
maybe though,
Go ahead.
because you see, as time says,
It's unbelievable that you can't even find like basic words sometimes.
I know. I'm always kind of close to something that sounds familiar.
Yeah, but it's not quite there.
As time
It's
says.
like
You're an AI conversation where you go, they're like, you're saying the right words, but not in the right order.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, it's so smart for a fucking robot.
Brennan is chat FAT.
That's hilarious. Name of the episode.
No, that was too hurtful.
No, it's
All right. Should we do plugs?
Yes.
Plugs, everybody. Write a 5-star review
Yes.
here on iTunes. It helps get the show out there to more people through the almighty godlike algorithm. Write a review, rate, do all that stuff. It's free for you. If you'd like to support us financially, you can do that by going to patreon.com/scenariopod. Again, we're not generating additional content still, but there are 300 hours of additional exclusive to Patreon content and more. I mean, I did a solo pod. This is like, it's crazy the amount of shit we have up there. So that's why we're basically not doing anything new until everybody catches up, because it's more or less impossible. But you get to submit the
It's like trying to
questions.
catch up on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched
What a
my
great-
first episode with Leo today. Yesterday we watched Simpsons for the first time, and he was like paying attention to it enough to where I'm like, I can't wait to, because I started right at season 4. You know, I didn't want to bother him, and it was just.
I did the same thing.
I mean, dude,
Yeah.
it's just so great to know how many like awesome. I'm like, dude, we have hundreds of hours of him that it's gonna be like laughing about this and stuff, and I'm watching it for a different reason because I'm like, oh, Conan produced this one.
Yeah.
Like,
The best part though is like, so you'll be able to watch it for a while, for a really long time, like, you know, till he's whatever old. And then he'll like learn the song. He'll like turn to the TV when it's on. You'll get so excited. And then there will come a time where he's talking too much and understanding too much to where you're like, well, we're putting this away again for a while.
Really? Why?
Because there's stabbing in the eyes.
Right,
there's
right,
just
right,
like,
right,
there's
right.
Oh, Itchy and Scratchy.
there's
I was like, he should.
insane amounts of violence.
It was the Itchy and Scratchy, the movie episode was the one that we
Yeah,
watched,
yeah.
where it's like just plugging him getting like dissected.
Yeah.
and
Oh
cut
my
up
God.
in a
Yeah,
million pieces.
it's funny how often just somebody is getting struck in that show, or just something is happening.
yeah.
Where it's funny, and most of the comedy is completely fine, but there's just graphic enough shit to being like, you're like
Yeah, you
not
can't.
there yet. I
Won't
can't
somebody
do it.
please think of the children?
He does
It's
like
Mike.
the monorail song.
Yeah.
though.
Please see us live together.
That's right. Yeah, September 16th, we're at the Algonquin Arts Center in Manasquan, New Jersey. Tickets are available at
Right
all
now.
of our individual websites. Also, you can just search us and the Algonquin on Google, and that'll bring you right to it as well. But yeah, that's going to be a great show. We're doing our live show. We do half stand-up, half live podcast. It's super interactive. You guys are going to have an absolute blast. And this is a big-ass venue that they're trusting us with. So don't make us look like a bunch of
Grab
fucking
your,
idiots.
please don't wait. I know it's forever away, but just grab your tickets now. You get better seats now.
Yeah,
You know?
better seats now, and
And it'll get them off our ass.
that's
It'll
what
be
I was
fun.
gonna say.
It'll get them off our ass.
Yeah, buy tickets to that. Let's move
Yeah.
some seats.
Hell yeah.
Tell some friends.
That's right. Individual, what do you got?
Just to follow me on everything if you aren't, plus twitch.tv/sags2riches. That new fucking Star Wars game is coming out, and I can't wait to play it. Ooh.
YouTube.com/Mike Feeney Comedy. Come out to get tickets if you can as well while you're on the site buying tickets and stuff. Laugh Boston. I'll be there June 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, they did a hell of a booking because I'm there the next weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
get your double feature.
Yeah, well, come back 2 weeks in a row. You know,
You guys should do a deal. Like, it should be like some sort of deal. Like,
Yeah.
get tickets.
That's
to
cool once the
Feeney
contracts have already been negotiated.
Yeah, you guys should have done a deal of sorts.
Yeah.
and a drink with you going to see you.
Buy
A free
tickets.
drink.
Buy tickets to that.
You get tickets then.
Buy tickets to that right now at MikeFeeneyComedy.com or LaughBoston.com.
Cheer. I'm going to list some cities, and if you're in those cities, just go to my website, MikeCannonComedy.com, and get tickets. Seymour, Connecticut, Strand Theater, Poughkeepsie, New York, Laugh It Up, East Providence, Rhode Island at the Comedy Connection. Then I'm in Newport, Rhode Island at the Jane Pickens Theater. And then I'm in Boston, Phoenix, Houston, and then back at Manasquan, New Jersey in September. New dates coming in. Got a lot of cool potentially big shit popping up. So, you know, keep an eye out for your boys. We're moving.
We're moving tickets.
Nicole?
Nicole C. Lyons on Instagram and subscribe to the YouTube.
Chia.
Here's the scenario.
That's right. Here's the scenario on YouTube. And now I guess we got to it's not that we have to. Should we? Is
What?
this even like is this just force feeding some dumb shit into the show?
It could be.
Nicole, what do you think?
I like it. I think it's funny and like weirdly relatable.
Okay. All right. So then I will do that. I'm going to read. I've been teasing this for a long time, or at least we've mentioned it and spoken about it a lot.
Yeah.
But early in my career, I'm looking at the date here. So it's August 28th, 2009. That's the date of
Wow.
the first The first email that I
The
sent.
first email is hilarious.
Oh no, I'm sorry. April 16th, because this is a forwarded version of it.
Yeah, we've all like sent. Nicole, have you ever sent like a letter or something to a celebrity or a band?
Or just somebody career-wise that you looked up to that you wanted to like get advice from or hang around.
Yeah, I don't know, like, to the same extent as what you're about to read, but
Definitely
I have,
not.
like, tons of embarrassing conversations with people that I've, like, met recently that I'm glad don't remember them.
Yeah. I haven't read this. I kind of know what it says. My heart is pounding out of my chest because I remember lying in it where I was
That's
like
hilarious.
Yeah, I'm 1 year into comedy.
Yeah, don't say what the lie is.
Oh, well, no.
Well, that's one of the lies is that I'm 1 year, but I thought for some reason saying I was more was like better.
There was a time when like the amount of years that you were doing it like
was
really
the only
was like,
respect.
was the only thing you had. You're like
You'd say
oh.
5 years if you were 1 year in.
Well, and I would also argue,
And then when you're 5 years in, you say 2 years in.
right.
this might be the case with high school because comedy is similar, but like the older comedians were not as nice to us as we are to younger comics now.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they
Yeah.
and now they're getting there. They're starting because they realize the influx and like what's happening.
Yeah, and they don't know how to use social media.
Right. But
They need us.
I would wager that a lot of the older comics were just like not as warm, not as like eager to help or not even help, just like, hey, we're doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So
It's very interesting to know that. And because I was thinking about it too, I really only like I did stand up for the first time in 2007, and then I started doing like, bringer shows and everything in 2008. But I really like I almost kind of count when I started doing comedy from like 2010. You know what I mean? Where I'm almost like that's how when I was doing it like at least very, very frequently, multiple times a week versus just like a couple times a month or whatever. But I should include that early time, I guess.
Sure.
But it is one of the. Now I want to say before you start reading this, do you think that this is a good idea given your history?
what do you mean?
Well,
My history with what?
with you,
With me?
yeah.
What do you
As
mean?
in like, I mean, we could lop this out and then just, what do you mean though?
Like what's the worst that could happen from this?
My history with Louis?
No, not at all with Louis.
I don't really
given
have
your history. You know what I mean? With like
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I don't.
dude?
Nicole, am I crazy?
That's hilarious. If you're doing a bit, that's hilarious.
Nicole, am I crazy?
I'm
No,
offended.
it's a good point.
You are doing a bit.
Thank you.
You are
Oh
doing
yeah,
a bit.
anytime you bring Nicole in, it's
You
a
are
fucking
doing
bit.
a bit. I saw this on TikTok. Someone said if you want to get into somebody's fucking head, you say to them, given your history. Dude, I fucking saw that.
Why did
piece
you
of
act like I was
shit.
gonna hit you?
Sorry.
Oh my
I'm
God.
excited. I'm excited. Wow, caught you.
Yeah,
Caught you red-handed.
rad-handed.
Caught you red. Don't make fun of me.
I said rad-handed because I love the movie Rad. You fucking jerk.
You guys have a deep
We're
hatred
not
of
on the
one
same
another.
page right now. We're not.
I'm feeling fine.
Nicole, why did you join that?
Because I sent that video to Feeney.
Oh, okay.
I was like, this is the most you thing I've ever seen. And he was like, all right, I'm
Wow.
implementing that.
And you know what's funny is because Nicole and I liked it and it was being sent is probably the reason that Brendan got shown
Yeah,
it.
I'll see it now.
You know what I
Yeah.
wish I did too as well?
Be a part of the bit.
Be a part
Join,
of the
make it fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's more
Yeah.
fun is like being a part of the bit would have been really fun.
Do you
Sure.
want to read this?
Would have made it great.
Should I?
Should somebody else read this?
I'll read it.
I don't know. I don't trust it in your hands.
I'll respond as Louis. Oh,
Given my history?
Jesus
I'll just given your
Christ.
history, I'll just read it.
This
Who
guy's a
cares?
cunt
Okay,
who
so
has diarrhea. Oh, Jesus. He's looking at your emails.
no, close the door, honey.
Yeah, yeah.
Nicole should really read it, but
Nicole, do you want to read it?
I'll read it.
All right.
But I kind of feel like it's funny coming from you.
All right, fuck it. I'll read it. Who gives a
People listening going,
this
just
is
someone
way-
fucking read
shit?
it.
This is way too big.
that's what I'm saying.
So, April 16th, 2009, approximately 1 year into stand up. Subject, young, all caps, young comedian.
All
All
caps.
like a casting
All
call.
caps is
All caps.
crazy.
Like a Craigslist casting
I mean,
call.
dude, this is when the primary way to reach people that you were fans of was email.
Was to yell at
Like,
them and cap.
yell it. So you want to just do something that gets their attention.
What is it again? Young comedian.
Young
what?
comedian dash big fan dash personal assistant question mark in parentheses, please read.
Now, I don't
by
think
far the
I wanna
worst
kill
subject
myself.
I've
I wanna
ever
kill
heard in
myself.
my
I wanna
life.
kill
Every
myself.
word.
Nobody,
Oh my
nobody
God.
send this to
I
Laura.
don't
Oh my
think
God.
I don't
Send it to Louis.
I don't think a worse subject has ever been written.
Every word got worse.
But it.
It got worse.
It got worse every step of
Shut
the
up,
way.
dude. How many Blink 182 fucking love notes did you spritz
I
Aqua
agree.
di Gio on and then send to Travis Barker in hopes that he'd read it?
I did send.
You're gonna have to get used to this.
I know.
I did.
Can't. I'm
send,
lashing back.
Yeah,
out.
we're
I'm
just
so
at the
embarrassed.
subject, and it's only going to get worse.
I almost like my hands have started sweating
They're
for you.
yeah.
Where I'm like,
My God.
let's get out of this. But
Yeah,
Should I not do it?
No,
No,
now
no,
you
no.
have to. That subject
Given
is so
your history.
embarrassing.
All
Given
right.
your history.
The fuck is
So fun, right?
okay?
Nicole.
Hi, Louie. I know you must get a ton of fan mail, and it's likely this letter will never get read.
Oh,
Oof. This is just
can we play? Oh,
the amount of
we can't play Stan underneath this, can we?
No.
Can we play like
Can't
Can't play
Dear
Thank
Louie.
You by either.
You probably get a lot of emails.
and it's likely
The
this
way
letter
too
will
loud-
never get
The
read.
way too loud pencil effect
Yeah. That was
All
done
right.
on purpose.
I'm also sure.
to give it like he was writing the letter at the time.
I'm gonna throw.
Oh,
You didn't know that?
I thought they just randomly put that in the letter writing
I
sound.
thought it was a big mistake.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
like boy, somebody keeps hitting this, falling asleep on the
taking
scratching
notes.
button.
Why do they record the guy taking notes on the damn song?
Oh, this sounds very good, Eminem. Oh, wow, this is gonna be a popular song.
Anyway, back
I
to
forgot what you were talking about, and then at the end, I circled back. Okay, this sucks. I'm also sure that everyone. You got to read this.
Let me read it. Come on.
I'll do it. We'll each do a paragraph.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Louie. I know you must get a ton of fan mail, and it's likely this letter will never get read. I'm also sure that everyone probably starts their email like that.
All right, a little bit of self-awareness.
A little bit of self-awareness, and probably
Not enough to not do it though.
Nope.
And then here comes not confident, and probably follows it with a shitty supplemental sentence like this. I guess I suck.
The self-worth is not great.
If that didn't elicit a Louis, Jesus Christ. I mean, nothing.
I think that would have made me laugh.
No, dude, you've gotten those
I have
block
gotten-
paragraphs and people where they're like,
No, I'm not saying the whole email. The whole email would have made me like just reconsider even putting out the art that I was putting out if this is who it appeals to. But that sentence would have I've gotten self-deprecating stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I've giggled.
See, to me, I either want give me all sincere or I don't need you to try and be jokey. You know what I mean? Like,
But I also said I'm a young comedian, so I had to kind of prove it.
But that's where you go. Jesus Christ! Can't
I
this
want
guy just
everyone
reach
to-
out for a job opportunity. You know what I mean?
Right. He's like, I'm not reading this at all. Jeez.
No, I mean, this sucks.
I want anyone who reaches out to me to be auditioning to be my writers someday.
I love that you're planning your future laziness. You're like, dude, as soon as I make money, I'm giving up what I like
I already
doing.
got it. I'm going to fucking Florida like Tony Soprano, and I'm making or whatever. I don't know why.
Tony
I guess I suck. I guess I suck.
I'm gonna hit you by the end of this episode, dude.
I've been following you for years, way before I ever thought about getting into comedy. You know, your show Lucky Louie is probably one of two television experiences which forced my hand, along with Dave Chappelle's Killing Them Softly. Which
Wait,
I'm
stop. Hold on, dude. You're like blowing past the gold here. I mean, the open flattery is a great.
Well, no, I mean, well, hold on.
Watching Mike writhe.
It's Lucky.
Dude,
I have to finish
am
this sentence.
I'm like actually suppressing.
I have to finish this sentence. Let me start at the beginning. Your show, Lucky Louie, is probably one of two television experiences which forced my hand, along with Dave Chappelle's Killing Them Softly, which I'm sure we can both admit is amazing.
Own up to it, Louie. You can admit somebody else is good.
Why?
I don't know, man. Because at this point, this is how little I knew about comedy. Is that I thought it was like I didn't know that everybody knew each other and like it was all a cohesive. We all work, we compete, we do this, that, all that shit. I thought it was just like, no, fuck that guy. He's also at my level. Like this is just classic. I'm more of a fan than a comedian speak.
Exactly. Yeah. I've done this exact thing. Like being like, did you guys see that?
And the last person I'd invite in my home to be my personal assistant, if he's just a swim fan of me.
Dude,
I've been following you for years.
Dude, he should have called the cops
Honestly, I would still maybe hire this guy.
Okay.
I mean, he's a big.
I can
be like,
write.
he's a big fan.
I'm writing okay.
I don't know what you want from me, but you're a big fan. That's what I would be saying.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, which I'm sure we could both admit is amazing.
Mhm.
I actually like this line. The fact that TV and comedy could be so honest was baffling. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy Carlin, Pryor, and Kinnison.
Now,
But your show was clearly closer to my generation, and I immediately loved it. Very self-aware.
All of these platitudes and the sort of like, now don't get me wrong, and here's the part where I know you're gonna say all of those, whatever those are, those little like turns of phrases that you're adding in, and
you
just
panicking
making it way longer.
I'm
Now, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I
Now
know what you're
listen,
thinking.
at this point in the email, you're probably
Word.
saying, how much longer is this going to go on? Well, I promise, not much longer.
I bet I say that at some point. This is all word salad. It's
Let me
like
get in on
nonsense.
this. Let me get in.
You're gonna love this for next sentence, dude.
Wait, what was your last sentence again?
I went it all the way to the top. So start at
Now?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, good.
Come on.
Now I will stop with the ego fellatio and explain why I am writing to you in the first place.
I hate how you're reading that.
Yeah.
There was a sweetness to you.
Yeah.
There's an I want this kid dead quality in your voice.
I am. And now this is the first honest word.
You're like, this kid's fucking gay, dude. Every sentence.
I am obsessed with learning about stand-up comedy. I have been performing for 2.5 years.
Lie.
But have been a fan my entire life, as if that was not abundantly clear. Because he's seen Killing Them Softly.
That's right.
So he's obviously
Still my
a
favorite
fan.
hour of all time.
It's great hour.
Yeah, I don't think that's even like much of a jump for most to be. If like to say that's your favorite, I don't think anybody would be like, what?
No, nobody would.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. Saying that is like trying to get to him to be like, I know the real good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
Until
a caviar eater.
Oh man, some things about this are very fun because you go, as much as Mike has changed for the better, there's always still parts of Mike's personality that we can see a window into 2009 have not changed. So here's the next sentence.
You're
I've been
hurting me, man.
up until my junior year of college, I was an athlete. And
I didn't even say it like that.
I was an athlete.
I know exactly where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, come on, no! All right, turn the show
gotta
off.
read the
Nicole,
sentence.
cut it.
Nope.
You got to just read it, dude.
Up
Yeah.
until my junior year of college, I was an athlete and had zero interest in expressing anything artistically for fear of being a his word.
Hey, it's
All right.
It's
And
09. It's 09.
But then he wrote in
Okay.
parentheses to clarify what kind you meant. You meant lame or more closely gay.
I mean, that's funny. That's a funny line.
That is a funny
That's a funny line.
That is a funny line.
In
because-
effect, lame or more closely gay.
Yeah, exactly. You're giving yourself
You did
an out
put that
and
in
closing that out.
quotations.
Yeah, who cares? I'm an idiot.
That is
But
funny.
Funny line.
That would make me laugh.
Due to an injury and an abundance of new free time, I started to write and buy mass quantities of comedy DVD and CD specials.
True.
I won't lie to you and tell you your HBO One Night Stand was the first I ever purchased, because that was something I'm sure he was assuming was the case.
It all works linearly.
I love this too. You're putting up some. I think it was Mitch Hedberg's strategic grill locations,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Oh man, what a sentence. Oh,
Yeah. That's me just talking to my friend Louie.
That's
Yeah, me just taking the time to pontificate.
Hey,
Being
Lou.
like, I think it was this, but
But-
whatever.
Hey, Lou, this is a sample of the type of back and forth you might get from me if you hire me.
Yeah, very much like I would love to talk about my favorite comedian.
That's right.
I'm not going to be annoying.
Nope.
During this time, I started writing comedy. I wrote for about a year before I ever performed because I was petrified of the stage. Without boring you with the details of my so far inconsequential comedy career,
2 paragraphs in.
I will say that I performed sparingly during my senior year in college, moved down to New York City after, and have been chasing the dragon, so to speak, ever since. That is a 5-line sentence.
Sure is. Yep. Hey,
Without-
buddy, nobody has ever, or I have never said I am concise. I am one of the more long-winded human beings on earth, and I'm okay with it. now.
Okay, you want to read this next one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to being the sweet boy that I'm.
Thanks, Brendan.
Picturing
Because I'm pouring sweat right now. You can't tell because I'm wearing tie-dye.
Okay, here comes
Yeah,
a
it's just like
nice
running.
little lie we got right off the bat. A lie. I currently
I'm funny.
I'm a straight guy. No. I currently perform every night in pretty terrible conditions. When I first started taking comedy really seriously, the small alternative rooms and their sparse audiences started to make me feel very depressed.
Now, I could see you writing this being like, I'm using big words. I'm bringing them in. I'm
Little
like a novelist.
a glass of wine next door.
Yeah. Being like,
a line of Coke.
being like, I am using a lot of
Cracking
words.
open Adderalls.
I'm showing him I'm not just an idiot. Like I'm competent and literate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By adding, but it's so funny because again, new comics would think that because we all did that. But it is funny in retrospect, being like, by adding more words, you're doing the opposite
Of course.
of what every good comedian does, which is short, concise.
And I've yet to really apply that lesson.
Subject line: young comedian, bad word economy.
That would be fucking hilarious.
That would have been good.
Anyway,
That sweetness starting to turn into sour there, Mr. Sour Patch.
Yeah, you're right.
hatred.
The small alternative rooms and their sparse audiences started to make me feel very depressed.
I now remember exactly what preceded this was like my first.
yeah.
This was probably my first bit of desperation
Right.
ever, and of course, it came after fucking like 14 months of even doing it.
Yeah.
I was doing the Creek open mics, the buckets, and I was mostly seating people, answering calls, and then barking for Broadway Comedy Club,
Right.
and both experience. Broadway was like. That was a little bit okay. I felt it like I was more comfortable in that nightmare than I was comfortable at the Creek, where like the nerds were the bullies.
Right.
And I was never a bully as an athlete, so I always thought people that wielded that kind of physical power were fucking pieces of shit in the first place.
Yeah.
So to then see it be turned on me for no fucking reason at all, I would like leave there just being like,
It's because you didn't have scoliosis.
yeah, I was like, I'm either gonna quit or fuck somebody up. Like, and it was gonna be Mike Lawrence because there were so many fucking times where that guy who I now get along with and would just bully me and say some fucking
That's crazy.
flagrant, crazy, wet-handed, autistic shit to where I was like, dude, I might grab you by the beard and curb stomp you. Like, I'm so livid, but I remained in the pocket. I went up on stage, bombed in front of these kids who then like snidely would look at me and not let me into their fucking cool kids groups for the first 5 years of comedy.
Right.
And then I'd go back to Broadway and fucking eat shit for Chinese tourists. I had no idea what English was. Crazy. I can't believe, like, thinking about that stuff, I cannot believe that we're still here.
I know. Just
war of
the
attrition.
fucking mud.
Like, true, who cares?
But
Go
that's
ahead.
why we're able to,
Lawrence also did come out and be like, I apologize
Of
for all
course,
that
that's
stuff.
why I say I get along with him now. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
even like acknowledged that to me.
Yeah, that he used to be this like
bully.
Everybody
bully
grows. Everybody
at
grows.
open mic.
There's a path to righteousness for us all. Now let's get back
Let's
my
get
email
back into
to
this.
Louis C.K.
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, this isn't
Path to
you.
righteousness at all. Frame
This-
that, put that in my kitchen.
That's right.
This
Like
is
a
so
rated R.
crazy.
Still trying
like,
to be his assistant.
This is not like you're not this guy. It's so like
The 2009 Mike Cannon had a different. You remember the "How you doing?" That kind of from the triad of like.
Oh, yeah.
That's this era Mike Cannon. You know what I mean?
that's how the next email
It's
starts.
taken a lot.
Louis, how you doing?
It's taken a lot of therapy and mushrooms to get to this place.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this is full ego driven.
Right.
Not that aware, but still some self-hatey, and like it's underneath there, but very ego driven.
yeah. I let it get to me, and I saw no light at the end of the comedy tunnel until my day job's company started the online marketing for Your Chewed Up special. After watching the special about 20 times,
True.
I finally watched the extra features, including your answers to fan questions. It was exactly what I needed. You talked about how the shitty rooms you used to play and how it's never the audience's fault when
If
they,
he
when
read
they
this
don't
far,
laugh.
he wishes he never did that.
He stops at this point. you know?
yeah.
He goes, oh, jeez.
Oh, what have I done?
I'm such a cunt. It's the comedian's job to find common ground and deliver something smart and funny that they
Nice.
could grasp.
Tell him what his job is.
That's right.
Yeah, right. I
That's
know.
right.
I know.
I'm in on it too, you see.
I'm in on it too. It's hilarious. Although Chewed Up is now my favorite special of all time.
Well,
in parentheses, I can't wait for hilarious.
It's not in the theater.
I found the extra features much more enlightening. It renewed my work ethic, and I have been performing and writing every day since.
That's the whole thing?
Next,
oh.
No. There are
So many more paragraphs.
17
two more
pages.
paragraphs.
Two more
And
paragraphs.
this one,
46
Yeah.
sentences per.
This one's big.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus
sucks.
Christ. I mean, this is probably the most self-awareness in the whole email, I think, so far is this
It's
first
just
sentence.
sorry.
Wow. Dude, this is crazy.
Dude, ending this email with just sorry is like the most manic thing that you could do. Like, still sending it to him, like catching yourself is so funny. Just writing all of this on Adderall and then going, sorry.
Yeah. I actually was probably a bit manic during this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Aren't we all?
Now, this is so funny because you go, wow, this email is so long-winded. And that's 4 paragraphs in. And there's, I'm going to guess at least 20 more sentences after you say
There's
this
the last
email is so
paragraph?
long-winded. No. But it's so
There's-
wild to
yeah.
acknowledge it. But then
I feel like I'm going to need you to be a little nicer to young Michael.
just
Yeah.
look how long this paragraph
It's the biggest
is.
one.
This is
Yeah.
the,
It's the
wow, this
biggest
is
one.
so long-winded email.
Yeah.
Okay.
God.
This is probably the most. Now I'm not even going to say some of these words that you're saying, but the most R-word request.
Okay.
This is the most mentally handicapped request I've ever asked of someone, but I will regret it if
dude.
I don't propose it. I would love nothing more, than to be your personal assistant. I know that sounds weird. And even semi-stalker / rapist of me.
That's
Oh.
so funny, man.
I'm bringing rape to the table.
Dude, that's crazy.
But-
Mentioning in a job interview, like,
Rape.
yeah.
I'm now
Rape and retarded.
I now
F-word,
realize what I'm
R-word.
trying to, but this is me trying to use his language
Right.
or what I
To
deemed
relate.
as what to relate and show him I'm down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you
But
go, I
that's-
hope this email doesn't give you diarrhea.
What a desperate for fucking people to like me ass I was.
I know that sounds weird and even semi-stalker / rapist of me, but there's nothing more beneficial I can possibly think of than to work for someone who I truly respect and could teach me more than anyone else about the profession that I love. That's a big mouth. That's a big sentence. That's a big
mouth.
sentence. That took a lot of my.
Yeah.
I currently work as an office manager / personal assistant / office. I don't know if I could say this.
Kunta
word.
Kinte, I
Yeah.
definitely said.
Yep.
I used to
Said
say
that?
that on stage. God,
Office
that's so-
Kunta Kinte?
I mean, I more or less was.
Were you like, he'll know what that is?
Yeah, anybody who watched Roots.
I was gonna
knows
say.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's right. That's true.
Not a cool reference
No.
in retrospect.
I've held this job for the last 16 plus months. It's a rough position, and taking orders from corporate needle dicks whose treatment of me makes it impossible to respect them has done damage to my morale.
True. The angriest I've ever been was when I worked in a corporate office. The angriest.
Yeah, of course.
Like truly almost out of control level of like heat rage
Yeah.
throughout the day.
Man.
right.
Yeah.
It is impressive that each sentence gets longer
If I
than the one
if I
before.
wasn't getting laid, I would be like a January
incel.
6th guy for sure.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I'm really
That's got to be some sort of like art where like every sentence is longer than the other one.
Yeah,
That's got to be some
it's
sort
a
of like
canon haiku.
yeah.
So okay, and so this is you talking about the morale damage that it's done to you.
Sure.
I know this should be perfect fodder for my comedy, and I have gotten some decent jokes out of it, but I feel as though it's reached the point where I need to separate myself to save what little dignity I have left. I have an incredible work ethic and am unbelievably driven to succeed in this industry. I am admittedly green when it comes to performing comedy.
Using green.
But I am completely obsessed, 8th time that's been said,
with you.
with yeah.
Nude. I just can't help it anymore. I want to suck it.
I consent. I am completely obsessed with finding my voice, and doing something original at the same time. I'm sure you have a personal assistant already, but
The embarrassing,
Dude,
the embarrassing.
every-
Fire her
everything.
and get my obsessed ass.
Every
in
other
there.
probably reading this instead of you.
Yeah, she
that's
just presses the
hilarious.
Yeah.
Every sentence either starts with "I'm sure" or "I know that." You're sure and you know. I am sure.
You sure do know.
I know one thing: you ain't getting the job. Now, given your history, I'm sure you have a personal assistant already, but I'm willing to do anything just to get a chance to learn from you again.
I was
my
really pushing my
God.
tits
Yeah,
together with that one.
unbuckling your belt.
Yeah.
Your pants.
I'll do anything, Mr. CK.
Yeah.
Now here comes the clawing. I will
The clawing.
I will babysit your kids.
Oh my God. Dude. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. this
Dude,
guy.
that's
Jesus Christ.
buddy. That's the first part of the sentence,
crazy.
and it's the
I'll-
best part.
Yeah, I'll shine your shoes.
I wish it was that.
Imagine writing, I'll rape for you, and then I'll babysit your kids. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
Oh my God.
Okay. I will babysit your kids. Do your laundry. Shit. Even polish your self-proclaimed red balls, as if waxing.
brother. Oh, brother.
Hey, buddy.
Oh,
I know,
brother.
dude. I know.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, forgive the kid. Totally. But, dude.
Dude, the M&M, shit. Even polish
Shit.
your self-proclaimed red balls.
Shit, I'd even polish your balls.
That's more the
Can I
wire.
look at
Yeah, it's
your
definitely the one.
kids?
Shit.
Shit.
You wrote 9 I's in that.
Did I?
No.
Oh, okay.
And then you wrote this in capital. Anything to learn from.
Oh, God. I really...
Anything.
Yeah, I really didn't even mean it like that.
It was
It's just,
so
it
sexually
can't come off
suggestive
any other way.
and
Yeah,
aggressive.
yeah. He's
Like, I
this
will
is gonna be
open
hilarious
my
in
ass.
12 years.
I bet Louis read this email and was like, wow, I guess younger comics are willing to do anything.
I imagine I set him off on this path.
yeah.
Damn.
Like, I don't want that guy, but I'll ask
You know
somebody
what?
else.
Maybe I have more power than I think.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good self-reflective moment. Now it's officially weird.
Now for the long part.
Yeah.
But enough about me.
yeah.
You said now it's officially weird after, I mean, buddy, you should have put that 86 sentences ago.
Yeah.
Now, as an example of my work ethic, I will, quote, in parentheses, apologetically be... I will be apologetically...
Apologetic.
sorry, man, this broke me. This sentence.
Yeah.
This is gonna break me
Hold on,
too.
take your-
This is gonna
get
break.
yourself
this
together.
might break up
I'll get
the
it this
show.
time.
Get yourself together.
Okay.
This sucks so much.
As an example of my work ethic, I will apologetically be sending this letter every day to
Uh-oh.
you in an attempt to garner even a nod of acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
think-
Dude.
I think
That's it.
I had
No.
just seen The Secret to My Success, the Do Bow Bow movie, and he really just showed up and was relentless. And I was like, "Yeah, you must be relentless."
Oh
That's
my
what
Now-
this is.
You know what is funny too is that my dad did a version of that, not to get a job or anything. Never in this, never this embarrassing of a fashion. But he had a problem with AT&T, like a phone bill or something. He got like mischarged, and he found like the president of the company's email and sent them that email every hour until they and within like 5 hours, the president of the company like personally wrote back and was like, all right, we figured it
Wow.
out. We're taking it up. But this was also, again, probably back around this time when emails were like,
Brand new.
we were
They
like, you're
didn't have
blowing
the-
up my BlackBerry. I'm
Yeah.
paying for
Right,
this. You know, that
right,
kind of
right.
thing.
So I'll tell you what. Spoiler alert. That's not what happened here.
This was on an Apple computer.
And so there's one last paragraph.
It's a paragraph?
It's a little conclusion. I
Yeah,
saw it.
yeah.
All right.
It's only
It's
this is
in
actually
conclusion.
probably the closest to a grammatical paragraph. I think it's only 4 to 5.
I don't think this has been poorly written.
No, there's the grammar, the formatting is the issue as I have with it. There's a lot of commas, a lot of
Yeah.
force,
believe you.
Well,
a lot
I
of
was writing
4-line
how I speak.
sentences. I know, as I'm saying,
Yeah.
and it feels like it was either a weed, alcohol, or Adderall, or
I don't
coke.
think so.
It's one of
No,
the,
I wrote this sober.
I think
I was
this
on a
was-
little bit Adderall, but I was at my,
Adderall.
This
at
was
my
like-
fifth.
because I
This
know
was like
the
after a bomb kind of shit.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, but I know the Adderall writing of this all, like, I'll just throw in commas, because the one or two times I took Adderall and I wrote exact long bodies, 4 sentence lines, one sentence for 4 or 5 lines with 36 commas in between, a self-addressing.
Sure.
This is long while making it longer.
Right,
It's like
right,
that's Addy, baby.
Yeah.
That's a 10 to 20.
I stand by it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
I apologize this was so long and basically an emo attempt at getting you to like me. But I'd rather send this and have it never be read than never send it at all. I hope this reaches you. And if you're And if you're still on your USO tour, good luck with the rest of it. I like this conclusion. I do have a website and some videos on YouTube, but I would feel even more hacky for sending those along with this apparent love letter.
Because then that'll show that I'm not good.
Hopefully I'll hear from you, Mike Cannon.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear from him?
No, I think I sent it 3 times. Like I did it. I did
So
the
he
multi-day. So
Someone saw it.
I sent it 3 times, and then on the 4th attempt, my email was blocked.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 4th or 5th attempt, my email was blocked.
Oh,
And
Did you try to make another email?
that's a
no,
full.
that would be that. I got the message.
That's a
I
full
got the message.
stalkery.
Yeah, yeah.
like,
I don't
thing.
know, dude.
Did you listen? If it's a determination, if it's like short, and so, but when it's that long and that much, like like I love you, I'll rape your kids or whatever you said.
I didn't say
and you're
that.
Like, and you, all the
Cut
threats,
that
Said
part
the
out.
N-word.
all the threats, all the threats and racism. I think at that point, blocking the email. Now, when he bounced back that email, how much did it crush you?
It actually weirdly didn't. I kind of laughed at it.
Yeah,
I,
you're like,
I,
of
I was
course,
like, yeah,
all
that
right.
makes total sense. Like, I snapped out of whatever Disney movie delusion I was in. Like, this was gonna somehow I was gonna be plucked from the crowd to I had all that shit, dude. When I started, and I think I was maybe I don't even know if I did comedy, but I went to Norton's taping of Down and Dirty. Sorry for that. That sounded like me on Louis. So
On his kids.
I went to the taping of it at NJ Pack or whatever. I think that was a theater. And Al Jackson, who I still know to this day, who's still really good comic, he was doing warm up for it. And the whole time I'm preparing to be brought up on stage. Truly, in the crowd, I'm preparing for somebody to be like, oh, you're a comedian? Get up here.
Right.
Do 5 minutes or whatever. So I'm like,
I'd like to
jokes
see
what I
if
do.
you think you have any jokes.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't know what that is or where that came from, and if that's a lack of intelligence, if that's poor parenting, if that's the influence of what movies I've consumed.
I think it's the movies.
It's
I think
just-
it's pop culture. I think there's a little of our parent, a little coddled kind of you're a superstar and
Sure.
that
But
kind
my parents didn't treat me like that at all.
Oh, then maybe it's just a
It was
mental
just
illness.
delusion. Yeah.
yeah.
But it also didn't help that Al Jackson and I had a back and forth, and I got a laugh from 1,500 people. I said something where we did that, and then after I was grabbed my notebook, about to go on stage, and he was moved on.
Yeah, of
to
course,
continue
of course.
his bits and shit.
You're
and I was
"Ow!"
oh,
Shoot,
yeah.
from
Yeah,
the-
and we cut to what it actually was in that moment where he's like, "What do you do, bro?" And you're like, "Nothing." And then people laughed and how and he's like,
No.
"This is it."
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
exactly what it was. It was a version of the HPV joke, because he said something of who has an STD, and I was the only. I literally clapped, and that got a huge laugh. And then he asked me what I had, and we had a brief back and forth about HPV, and I got a really big laugh.
What's the HPV joke again?
On and off, so I have HPV, and so the thing about
Oh,
Nicole.
yeah,
it was
yeah.
a version of just I have
I'm just kidding.
HPV or
I've
whatever.
never been tested.
Yeah, exactly, something like that.
Right.
And it crushed in this big theater, and I was like, this is my shit.
Yeah. They're
Yo.
like, hey, kid,
Yeah.
And you're like,
you want to come up?
you just pull out your own microphone. You're like, and the other thing is,
The spotlight coming out.
Yeah.
It's not unusual to be loved
ladies
by
and gentlemen,
anyone.
Mr. Tom Jones.
I think that's the episode.
That's the show, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody. I hope my soul-crushing embarrassment was entertainment
What
for
an
you all.
unbelievable! Thank you to Mike Cannon for being brave enough
Yeah.
to share that. That
Oh,
takes a
that's
lot of
tough.
balls to do. Now, I will say,
Pouring sweat.
oh wow, yeah,
Oh,
you can
man.
that. I will say, listen, Louis, he's on social media, but he's not really on social media.
No.
So this is what you got to do. You got to get it to Joe List and make sure you send this to Joe List. Send this to Joe List every day to show your dedication to here's the scenario or
I would
Piranha
love to just hear
Send this
Louis.
to Joe List every day.
Yeah, just send it every day until
Were you
he sees
nervous
it.
when you saw him for the first time? Were you like, God?
Yeah, I mean, I've
There's
still,
no way he
I've had.
remembers that,
There's
of
no way he
course. He's
remembers.
got
There's no way
millions of
he knew my name once, which I like fluttered like a little gal.
Right.
But we've had. I'm like 2 for 9 in good to bad experiences with him.
Yeah,
Oh
him
yeah,
and-
the Carolines one.
Yeah. The Caroline
remember
one
that.
was crazy.
Caroline's one?
When it was actually during Hurricane Sandy. It was like right after. It was the first show with electricity after Hurricane Sandy. Louis was hosting SNL that weekend, like the first weekend after Hurricane Sandy. It was a big deal. And Chris DiStefano was hosting at Caroline's. I wasn't even on the show, so we like drank Snapdragons next door as this fruity drink. And then I came over and they were going to put me up, and I was next. And then Louis walked in, and this is me with my email probably reverberating in my head at the same time as I have the tiger.
Right.
And I'm shit-faced to add on to it, which is great. Chris is drunk hosting. And Chris runs over to me and he's like, "Hey man," yeah. He's like, "You're not next." He's like,
Yeah.
and he like does that, and Louis is literally like a half an inch away from him, and I was like, "Oh shit, what's up, man?" He's like, "Hey dude, I'm doing like 5-10 minutes max. Is that cool with you?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Like,
you were like
what
trying
the-
to fuck with
I
him.
was like, "Are you fucking kidding?" And he goes, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm kidding. Do an hour." And he was like,
I think that's okay. Everyone
That's
is-
all right. That's
sure,
all
but it
right.
was just one of those things where it
Just
was not
another one.
properly timed.
Right.
Yeah.
He's in his head about an SNL monologue.
Yeah.
I'm doing a bit at him for no fucking reason.
Right.
And I'm just unlubing the conversation as
Sure.
opposed to letting it fly by.
Right, yeah. Like that email.
Yeah.
See, so it really is giving your history.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Given my history.
See you next week.